Hi, everybody. Sam here. I am so excited to be here to share with you about the B Word Virtual Summit, Healing One Boundary at a Time. And I have one of our amazing guest speakers, Holly, with me today. We're just going to start to build the buzz around the B word and wanted to let you get connected to some of our amazing speakers. So today I'm sharing Holly with you. Holly, would you just introduce yourself a little bit, say where you're at in the world, how you help in the world, and maybe give just a little bit of an overview of who you are?
Er, Hi, Sam. So excited to be here with you and really looking forward to the summit. I think women are going to get so much out of this. What I do is I live in San Francisco and I help women, mostly over 40, to finally stop putting their lives on hold, whether they've been waiting to feel confident enough, qualified enough, or just ready. I guide them to lose the weight. And that's WAIT, that invisible pause button that we've been conditioned to live under and to really just start showing up fully in their own lives.
Yeah, I remember when we first got connected and we started talking about that, I'm like, oh, we are kindred spirits for sure. Because so many of the women I work with, they've been givers their whole life. They've been taking care of everybody else, or they're a coach, an entrepreneur, business owner, and they're the ones that are giving, and they're like, oh, I'll do this for me later. I'll do this for me later. And so I'm so excited to have you as one of the speakers for the B word, and you're going to be in the book. So
Yay.
I'm so excited. We're going to turn some of the chapters, some of the event sessions, we're going to turn into a chapter in a book by the same name, The B Word, Healing One Boundary at a Time. And you're going to be one of our amazing speakers in that too. So I am
So
so
exciting.
excited. And anybody that attends and RSVPs for the summit, and it is free to RSVP for the summit and get in for free. But anybody that does that and actually gets in the community to where we're doing all the stuff, then you will get a special launch price. So when it first goes live, before we share it out with the world, you'll get notified and you'll get to get a very special price that will be in paperback, hardback, and Kindle, so that you'll get to choose how you want it. And I'm so excited. So, Holly, tell me just a little bit when you think about boundaries, and don't give away your whole thing, but just one little thought or one thing when you think about boundaries and losing the weight, the WAIT. What is something you could share around that?
One of the things you mentioned just a second ago was about how women are givers. And you even mentioned coaches. So it doesn't matter if you are a healer or a coach or other entrepreneur, women have been taught to give our whole lives and sacrifice everything that we might want for ourselves for the betterment of the family or the job or the community. So when we grow up, we have these, I don't know, sometimes I think they are invisible boundaries around people pleasing, around never saying no. You've always got to be the best, being the perfectionist, being the good girl. All of these things are put in place to control us and to keep us subservient in one way or another. And it's only been the last 60 years or so that women have had as many rights as we do now. Simple things that we take for granted, like having a checking account or owning property or being able to work. All of those things we take for granted. And I want people to understand that even though it feels like we have a lot of freedom, we have all these self imposed boundaries that we allow to be placed on us around not saying no, around being perfect all the time, or feeling like you have to be perfect before you can do anything, especially as we get older, because middle age is not the end of our story. It's actually an opportunity to get to rewrite that story. And when we live in a culture that tells women that our worth declines with age, that's what I want to flip the script on. And so my work speaks directly to the heart of the midlife woman, no matter what you do for a living, who's tired of performing or proving or pushing herself and is really just ready to start believing in herself instead.
Yes to all. And one of the reasons, and I don't talk a lot about this, but one of the reasons that I don't always get dressed up, you look so beautiful.
Oh,
Your hair, your makeup, your jewelry, you are beautiful. And I do that too. I was on a thing yesterday where I was speaking and I got dressed up a little bit. But a lot of times when the women see me on this, my hair's pulled back in a ponytail, and this is just how I am. And I don't try and like, this is who I am, right? And so I'm
yeah.
okay with that. And I'm loving to encourage women just to show up as you feel comfortable. Yesterday, I felt comfortable because I knew I was going to do something for an audience and I was going to evergreen it and put it on videos. And I knew it was going to be there hopefully for a very long time. And so there's a different level of stuff. But it is okay just to be you, to be
Yeah.
you. And as we get older, if the gray hair comes in, I turn mine purple. Some people color theirs, some people don't color, and there's no
Yeah.
judgment on any of it, or your body
Right.
changes. And when we can get to the place where we know, like the heart of what I teach is when we can get to the place where you know that you are worthy because you are, hard stop in
Yeah.
the story, because of nothing else other than the fact that you are, that is when we can truly live a life that we love.
And one of the most beautiful things about learning to have boundaries and be okay with having boundaries is that it gives you permission to develop unconditional confidence. So whether your hair hasn't been washed in a week and it's up in a ponytail, because I do the same thing, or whether you feel like you've got your best outfit on, you should feel confident, just as confident in one outfit or state of, in my case, disrepair sometimes, as you do when you're ready to be on camera. And one of the things that I think is so challenging is giving women the opportunity to have permission to feel comfortable in their bodies regardless. Doesn't matter if I feel like I have been told my whole life I need to make myself smaller, or if I've been told my whole life I need to make myself more quiet. All of those things really can be gone. They can be let go when you have these release of boundaries. It gives you the opportunity to create a world where no woman in her life is going to put her life on hold, just waiting to be thinner, younger, richer, in a better relationship, whatever, just ready in general. I want women to be able to trust themselves deeply and live unapologetically and lead from their intuition, their higher wisdom, and that sense of unshaken confidence. Because then it doesn't matter what you wear, you're always amazing, no matter
You are
what.
always amazing. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I know I teach this stuff. We're similar in how we show up a little bit, but I got to tell you, I needed this reminder today for me. So thank you.
Yes,
Thank
anytime.
you.
I think women also, we are sometimes taught to compete with one another, especially when it comes to appearance and the position in society. And honestly, I think the most empowering thing we can do for one another is to release the judgment. There is no competition. There's enough for all of us. And we all deserve to be here. You said earlier, you're worthy just because you are. It's inherent, right? But that is not the narrative we are given from birth. We're told we're not worthy, and we've always got to try to do something. We've always got to make ourselves fit into some sort of mold. And over time, the molds women are supposed to fit into change. Our body styles change, hairstyles change. But it's like we're always chasing this elusive goal that we're never going to get, because that 1% of the population that looks that way naturally, they have the privilege. So we need to stop tearing each other down and really just be here to support each other, especially as we get older.
Yes, yes, yes. That's why when I first named my community Safe Heart Connections, what I really thought it was going to be was the connections of the women inside the community. And it definitely is, right?
Mhm.
And I want all women to be welcome, no matter what you believe, don't believe, what stage of life you're in, whether you work a job, no matter what you do, you are welcome and you are loved. But what I have found is because of doing the summits and the micro interviews and the things that I do, I'm really connecting other great women like you to my world. And I get asked often from people, that person teaches almost exactly what you teach. Are you sure you want to introduce her to your people? What if they go to her? Oh my goodness. There is more than enough for everybody. And if somebody else in my community feels more aligned and in step with what someone else is doing, please. My goal is to be the connector to get the women to where they need to be. And if it's not with something I'm doing, go with God's grace, full permission. Don't feel like you're like I know I used to when I get my hair cut and I go to a different hairdresser. I felt like I was cheating on my hairdresser. Don't feel like you're cheating on me. It's okay. Go
Right.
do what you need to do. But there's more than enough for everybody. And when we can all lift each other up, then this saying of all like the tide lifts all boats. And so as
Right.
we continue to rise, we're all rising together.
Absolutely. And it's funny, there are so many different types of coaches. You could group everybody into certain categories, but I couldn't agree with you more. If someone comes to my work and through my work, they meet another woman, another coach, another healer that they are more in alignment with, then go with my blessings, because I was just able to guide you from a place of being stuck or unhappy or lost to someone who could help you. And if I'm not that person, that doesn't mean I don't want you to get better, right? You've got to be able to find your tribe. And so by bringing together your community, you give women the opportunity to do just that. They all get to meet people that they resonate with. Even if there's 5 people that do the same thing, there's going to be one that you're like, oh, I really dig you. You're the one I really want to talk to. And that's great because it makes us all better and stronger.
Yeah, that is so good. I have a feeling we could do this all day long. And in honor of making sure we just let the women know what's going on about the summit, the exact dates and times will be around this video. There's going to be a link to where you can click through and sign up. It is free to sign up, but you do have to sign up to be able to get all the goodies. There's a participants guide. There's a lot of freebies from the different speakers, and it is free, but there is going to be a VIP option once you get in and get set up. You'll get to know about that. It's 100% optional, but I have to tell you, this is our 4th summit to do, and this is the best VIP thing I've ever done, and I am so excited. So if you decide you want to do upgrade to the VIP, you're going to be in for a treat. So Holly, do you have any closing thoughts before we wrap up?
No, I'm just looking forward to getting everybody together and doing this really powerful work. And for anybody out there listening that's on the fence, if it's free, what the heck? Sign up, give it a try, share it with your friends. You never know who you're going to meet, and you never know what opportunities you're going to find, especially when you're with a group of such amazing women who have so much to share.
Mic drop. I'm just going. Holly, I'm so excited to be connected with you, and I will see you soon.
Thanks, Sam.